Hey, it's Mr. X Irish here with another battle gameplay. Today we find ourselves at the Second Battle of Milan, now 1797, between the forces of the French Republic against the Austrian Empire, and aiding the Austrian Empire today is the Venetian Republic. Commanding the forces of the French Republic today is, again, Jean Serrier, and commanding the forces of the main part of the Austrian army is Karl von Ostrich-Teschen, and leading the Venetian reinforcements is Giordano Barsantini. I'm not favored in this battle at all, really. My main goal is to just cause as much damage on the enemy as possible. They've been laying siege for me for about 2 turns now, and then I could see in the next during the next turn I could see that they had the Venetian Republic and the Austrian Empire had reinforcements coming, so I decided to attack now, even though I am not favored at all and I had no reinforcements on the way. Today I have a fully stacked army. Unfortunately, like 6 units or 5 units are armed citizenry, so that's unfortunate, but I do have 2 battalions of grenadiers, 3 battalions of line infantry units, fusilier de line. I have 4 artillery units today, 2 8-pounders and 2 4-pounders. As you can see, I tried to place them as good as I could right here. I have 1 on this kind of ledge and 2 on each side of that ledge, and then kind of 1 here on my right wing of defense. Behind there's 3 battalions of line infantry right here. I have 2 battalions of armed citizenry, so hopefully they won't have to take any cavalry attacks, but they'll be able to assist the line infantry from behind. I have 2 units, kind of not as my reserves, but just I'll put them where they're needed as the battle continues, but these 2 units of conscripts, the Empire. And then over here I have 2 battalions of line infantry, fusiliers from the region of Midi of Italy. So they're kind of unique units that are a little better than average line infantry battalions, so they'll help. The enemy Austrian Empire today, they have a fully stacked army as well, with many line infantry battalions of Grenadiers, and as you know, their line infantry battalions usually have like over 200 troops for some reason, contrary to France's usual size of about 158. As you can see, my grape shot right there, kind of trying to fend off. They're really going to they're trying to hit my left wing of defense. So hopefully I'm moving my conscripts over there now. I also have 2 units of cavalry, the heavy cavalry squadron, the Cheval de Council, or the Guards of the Council, which is Napoleon. But he is not here today. The general is Jean Serrier. And then I have some dragoons also on the right flank over here. They'll kind of stay back for a while. And then, as you can see, far in the distance, the Venetians are now approaching the battlefield. They have just artillery, like 1 unit of artillery, no cavalry. They have a lot of just basic line infantries. As you can see, the fusiliers, the Legion de Midi, are already retreating, so that is not good. So I'll continue to monitor, but I'll monitor this battle, but I'll tell you guys what's happened since the last battle. Sweden declared war on me. I can't say anything really. I'm not really near Sweden at all, so I won't really have any engagements with them in the near future, but they did declare war on me. Prussia has taken the region of Klausmark, so I lost that region, and the small army was there. So now the closest region I am to them is Brussels and Alsace-Lorraine. So I've lost the region of Klausmark, and it's only been about 2 or 3 rounds since last battle, so that's all that's happened. But Sweden declared war and Prussia gained a territory. And I also lost the 2 northwestern territories of France. You can see this cavalry overtack over here. I'm moving those grenadiers into squares and these line infantry into squares. I lost the region of Normandy, and I lost the region of Brittany. So their army wasn't very big that took them, so I probably won't even have a battle replay of that engagement because I just had no troops there, so Britain just walked in and took the troops. And the army that was based in Paris was all the way down here in Italy, so I really had no army in France, so I'll be able to take those regions back. But I will not have a video because those will probably be easy engagements. So that is what's happened in the last couple of rounds. As you can see, I was pretty much able to defend off the Austrians' right wing of attack. My well, that one line infantry from Italy was able to regain their composure and return to the battlefield. And that artillery, those 8-pounder grape shot, was really working well against them. And as you can see, that cavalry charge there will hopefully cause those grenadiers to retreat. As you can see, I can't approach. I'm playing defensive because I can't go too far out there because they do have a lot of mines set up by their grenadiers. I have to try to hopefully defeat this little offensive by the Austrians before the Venetians in the distance, as you can see, approach. So far, how many units have I lost? None, really, so that's good. I'm just kind of been moving my generals to the right and left to gain composure. And as you can see, I'm moving them over here to prevent them from losing their morale, because that's now where the Austrians' main line of attack appears to be heading. My horse is over here, continuing to kind of harass those light infantry units. And that right wing by the Austrians that attacked my left side, they retreated, but they're now kind of gaining their morale back, slowly returning to the battle. The general, as you can see, Archduke Charles, is right there. Archduke Charles, or as his real name is, Karl von Ostrich-Tischen, the leader of the main Austrian army. You'll see him again later in future battles, as he's the main general for the Austrians. Looks like my cavalry 8-pounders. I'm not looking too over here. My 8-pounders have retreated as those Austrian units charged, and this line infantry, armed citizenry retreated. Oh no, the line infantry retreated, but the armed citizenry is still there. I'm bringing my dragoons up. I should be in a little bit to kind of help with that because I lost those 8-pounders. So that's not good. The enemy general has been killed. Not killed, but he has been wounded, as you cannot wound the top general of any nation. Like Napoleon. If Napoleon's wounded, he doesn't actually die. He just goes back to Paris, and you can't have him as a general for about 3 rounds. So my heavy cavalry are still faring well. They only lost 1 horseman, so that's good. My left wing is good. In a little bit, once I know this whole side of the map is secure, I'm going to move them up and this artillery to help them assist as kind of acting as a left flank when the Venetians come. And I moved these grenadiers up for a little bit when the Austrians were really making that offensive. So they did their job. They're moving back. I want to get them out of the way of that artillery. So far the battle's looking pretty good. I believe we're outnumbered by a little bit, but we'll find out at the end of the battle how much exactly by. And I'm just moving my dragoons up a little bit to be ready when the Venetian Republic approaches. There comes the returning battalion of line infantry from Midi. I was able to place my artillery really well. I deployed first, so I wasn't really able to, choose wisely where to place my artillery. But, well, the Archduke of Charles has charged the artillery, and now the horsemen have retreated. So now that artillery is stuck there. They'll probably defeat that general. There's 10 men left on that general staff, but now the horses left, so I can't move that artillery, so that sucks. I can't use them to flank the Venetians when they come. As you can see in the distance, they're still slowly approaching. Yeah, I believe they have about 8 units of line infantry, I think. So I only have 2 now mobile artillery units. The one right here on the ridge, sorry, and the 4-pounders over here. But they're placed good right against the Venetians, so they're pretty soon we'll start just shelling the Venetians directly at their center. It's hard to see here with all this smoke. I'll kind of move to this angle instead. As you can see, the town of Milan is right behind me, or at least the town secluding to it. You can see the carnage here by my grape shot and the other grape shot acting right there. They should be retreating pretty soon, facing grape shot like that. I'm going to take after my cavalry defeats this little battalion of Grenadiers, I'm going to move them right over here so that they can attack and wipe out the Austrian artillery. And I believe we'll look over here at the Venetian army. 1, 2, 3, about 7 or 8 units of line infantry. And And there's some artillery. Now we're now getting ready to fire, and there is a general staff in the distance. General Giordano Barsantini. Or General Barsanti. My grenadiers are still looking good. Armed citizenry, I believe one retreated, but other than that, it's looking good. That artillery retreated, I believe, and did, yeah. So I lost a lot of men, so that's not good. I think what I'm going to do, though, is in a little bit, once I defeat that grape shot wipes out that battalion. Oh, I don't know why those... only 40 men left in that battalion, line infantry. So I'm going to have them retreat a little bit. Once this artillery wipes out, hopefully pretty soon, that battalion of Austrian Grenadiers, I'm going to just move them over to these artillery, because they're both in workable condition. But both the men can still move, but as you can see, there's no horses, so they can't move the actual cannon. But since there's empty cannon over here, after those men retreated, I'll just have to move over there and hopefully hit the Venetians at their center. Kind of giving my cavalry a rest right here, my heavy cavalry, and just allowing them to walk to flank the Austrians instead of running, because they've been active for a while. I don't want them to get too tired. So they are retreating. So I'm gonna have let's see if this will work. We'll find out. I'll do it in a little bit. I'm having this whole line of, let's see, 2 lines of conscripts and 2 battalions of line infantry. They're gonna go right about here and then flank they're gonna kind of hide in this forest and flank the right side of the Venetians once they approach. See, yep, that's gonna work out good. That's perfect. They're walking now. They're gonna kind of be in the way, but they're gonna walk over right in front here and go to this artillery over here. So the entire Austrian offensive has pretty much failed, besides the 3 artillery that still remain in the back. Even our general staff of the Austrians has retreated, so that's going to lower their morale for sure. But now we still have the Venetians approaching. I don't know why they're really approaching in this kind of stacked pattern. I don't know if they think they're going to defeat me in waves or anything, but I have this artillery just lined up one way and hit grape shot against them, so I'm looking pretty good for this battle, even though the meter down to our left doesn't really say anything. My dragoons have only lost 6 men, so that's good. Morale of the conscripts is kind of bad, but armed citizenry, I'm just going to keep them back here for now. They're really not going to play any role in this battle. And I saw the armed citizenry that's going to lay back here behind the 8-pounder artillery that are now moving over here. And the Grenadiers have regained their composure, so that's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. There goes my cavalry attack and simply wipe out the Austrian artillery. I believe they have 3. Let's see, we'll take a look. They have 3-pounders, 2 3-pounders in the generals, and another 3. They have 3 3-pounders. So hopefully my cavalry will just be able to wipe them out if they attack pretty soon. Come on. Well, we'll go back. I'm just gonna have these line of soldiers try to defeat. They have really good accuracy at long range, so hopefully they don't just like defeat 3 of my line infantry or conscripts. So hopefully they'll defeat them. There goes the cavalry. We'll kind of zoom in here. This will wipe out the artillery for the Austrians. They're only 3-pounders, but they're still packing a punch, so.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
They really can't do anything against my cavalry. We already have 1 battalion of Venetians retreating. They really have no chance against this whole. My whole center is just behind this. The left flank of my center is protected, so basically the Venetians just have to come straight at me, and I have 2 units of artillery. I see that worked out perfect. They just went over here, and I have 2 units of artillery that are just firing grape shot onto their approaching armies. So this is working out good. Let's see what my heavy cavalry are doing. Where are my dragoons? They're just waiting back for when they're needed. I'm only gonna keep them safe and only have them if they're needed. And then I'm gonna might as well wipe out the. Ooh, they were wow. They just wiped out about almost half of that cavalry with that grape shot. Grape shot and cavalry do not mix, but luckily my cavalry were able to regain their composure, or maintain their composure, I should say, and wipe out the Venetian artillery now. Those were 4-pounders. Looks like these battalions of Venice forces are kind of trying to, I guess, get my cavalry, so I'm just going to run away from them. So that will allow my forces over here to just focus on these couple battalions or few battalions of Venetian forces. Once they're defeated, I'm just going to move my army up to hit from behind those couple units of couple battalions of line infantry. And I had them charge those Grenadiers over here because they're just not going to win in a big fight like that, especially when the Grenadiers have like 200 men. So I just had them charge, and as you can see, they're just retreating now, so that worked out perfectly. The general staff of the Venetian forces is still back here, so I don't really know what he's doing. I've never really done this before. I'm not a big fan of dismounting cavalry, but I'm gonna have them go behind this wall over here and dismount and hide behind the wall, and we'll see what kind of damage they can do on these approaching forces. So I'll check back with that in a little bit. These dragoons, as you can see here, are still just kind of chilling out, waiting for their turn to. I'll probably have them attack because Venice has pissed me off lately because they've just sided with Austria, and they had an agreement with me, and they just, for whatever reason, decided they were going to side with Austria. So I'm going to try to take over the region of Venice pretty soon, and I'm not even going to grant them. I'm not going to liberate them. I'm just going to take over that region to act as the closest region to Austria. Yeah, I'm going to get Innsbruck too soon, but Austria and the Venetian Republic have really not wanted me to. They really want to get me out of Italy for some reason, so that's where I've been focused the last couple of rounds of the Revolutionary Campaign and Napoleon Total War. So as you can see over here, I had them dismount. My best cavalry in the game, I had them dismount. Kind of go up on this ledge right here. I'll fast forward. So we'll see what they can do against those approaching units of artillery, or infantry, I should say. So battle's pretty much won. I mean, I have my left flank still working out, and I have my whole entire center. No one's retreated except for a couple units of armed citizenry. Go back to the heavy cavalry. So if you look at the map here, Venice approached from the southeast, and the Austrian Empire approached directly from the east. So they really had it. They could have really taken out my center if they would have focused on my center instead of my left wing. But they decided to do that, and my left wing won. So that was really the main moment in the battle that really swung things in my favor. Once my left wing of attack was able to counter the offensive by the Austrian Empire. I'm going to have these heavy cavalry remount because they weren't really doing anything. They wiped out, well, 18 men, but still. They're really only good for dismounting during surprise attacks, and especially heavy cavalry. Their main thing is charging with horses. As you can see, there's the battlefield, a lot of bodies. Hopefully this will be one of the last battles in Milan. It seems like I've been in Milan lately. I'm kind of tired of this setting. Just want to get done with Italy and try to now. After this, the next battle is going to probably be in Prussia, because there's a massive Prussian army awaiting. They invaded northern Belgium, and they'll probably try to take Brussels over or something. So the next battle might be Brussels, or maybe even close as Strasbourg, Alsace-Lorraine in eastern France, but we'll see, because this battle is pretty much won. I had my cavalry attack their general staff to try to lower morale. Yep, there we go. We've killed General Giordano Barsantini, and that should lower morale a little bit. General staff is still alive, but we killed the general, so And it looks like those battalions of Venetian forces decided to forget about that, my heavy cavalry, and go for my main line of attack. So we'll see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it looks like my cavalry missed a unit of 3 pounders for the Austrians. So there still is 1 Austrian artillery, but that's it for Austrians. Everything else is Venetian forces. And they're really, I don't know if they're trying to charge me or what they're trying to do there. But they're gonna, they really want to go up against my 2 units of artillery with grape shot. Go ahead. Once I'll start retreating, I'm going to attack with artillery because I want to destroy their army. I'm really tired of Venetian armies just going around in southern, just south of Milan, and like attacking my vineyards and colleges and stuff. It's getting kind of annoying. So as you can see here, my left flank is starting to approach Venetian forces in case they're needed. I doubt they'll be needed, but you never know. And give credit to these line infantry units. They've been here the entire game. They've lost over half their men, but they've still been staying there. Yep, all these battalions have lost over half their men, but they maintained presence and kept my center. And there goes the general staff. They're retreating. And I don't know why I'm not firing grape shot at them. I'm just firing regular old cannonballs. But they'll still get the job done. There go my grenadiers. My general's been safe this entire time. Lost a couple men, but General Serriere is still fine. And there they go retreating. That grape shot, you can see, wiped them out. They gained a rank, so that's good for my artillery. And looks like I'll have my left flank kind of attack this unit of line infantry. Remember, if there's anything you want me to do differently during the battle, like the way I view things, or really anything, remember to comment and rate the video and comment below. Nobody's really been commenting lately, so I'd appreciate some comments about just, you know, whether you like it, what I'm doing, or whether you want me to focus on different parts or actually do Let's Plays of Napoleon Total War. Because so far what I'm doing I think is working out, where I'm not actually doing Let's Plays, but I'm just briefing you on what's been going on in the campaign lately. So back to the battle. My cavalry will wipe out that little unit of our... Yep, they're gone already. Oh, that wiped them all out. That was kind of weird. That entire unit of like 19 men was gone in a second. And there they go retreating, and 1 battalion left of Venetian forces. And hopefully some artillery will get them or something, or I'll just attack with my heavy cavalry. There they go. That should wipe them out. Yep, they are retreating. So that appears to be, unless there's another force I'm missing. Looks like all forces are retreating, and that is the Second Battle of Milan, a victory by the French Republic. And oh, I'm sorry, General Serriere was not the commanding general. It was General Jean-Baptiste Jourdan. As you can see here, I was outnumbered by about 1,000 men if you combine the reinforcements. I only lost 700 men. We'll see who the best unit of the day was. And it looks like the cannon, the unit of 4-pounder cannon, killed over 340 men and didn't suffer 1 loss. And the grenadiers, the Chevalier de Garde de Council, also killed 261 men. But the unit of the day is the 4-pounders for the French Republic. So that recaptures, fends off the siege of Milan by the Austrian Empire. So Milan is once again under firm French control. So that is a French victory. Other than that, that is Mr. X Irish. Thanks for watching. I'll have another Bandle gameplay out. I'll probably have another one out today. So thanks for watching.